Namaste guys, I want to bring about a topic that my cousin brought up the other day on the phone, and he told me that Ascension cannot be stopped, and that attempts at putting pesticides in food, and putting GMO and stuff like that, and spraying people with chemicals on the sky, it's not going to stop Ascension. Because I was like paranoid about it. I was like, man, we never get any fresh air, the food stinks. People are just dumber by the day. And, I was just kind of losing hope because I was like, man, I see progress, I do. I see a lot of people posting stuff about Ascension, about spirituality, and new ideas, and people trying to come up with solutions, trying to stop animal cruelty, trying to improve technology to improve the air quality, the food quality, things like that. And I've seen it, But then I've always been skeptical about the indigo children were born at a certain time. Wouldn't they all be the same? Wouldn't they all be, enlightened? So how come some indigo children are not, and some are like really, really dumb? And I've always been skeptical about it, but they've said that there's been evidence about finding an extra DNA strand in those people that are born on a certain day. So I guess it must be true, I guess. But I don't know. The way I feel about it is that you can't hide truth, for that long. People are gonna start noticing things, eventually. If you hit rock bottom when you end up in a hospital, and the doctor doesn't give you any more alternatives, then you have to use another method, a natural method. And that's when you start to learn that's when you start to realize and learn about all of the false teachings that school has been teaching you. Okay? That's when you start to see things in a new way, and you kind of stay quiet. You kind of stay quiet for a while because you're like, man, I can't believe this is happening. You're in shock. That's what happened to me. When I first had my enlightening experience, I was like, my God, this is incredible. How come I was not told about this? I just can't believe it. Like, my whole world was like, switched around. And I'm glad it happened because I was very lost before, and now I'm not really lost. And also I was very worried. Now I don't worry about anything. I don't really care about anything, Before I was worried that I was supposed to be at a certain place at a certain time. Before I would base my worth on other people's thoughts, And now I just don't care, I really don't care. And I know what I want. So after my enlightening experience, I've totally changed, completely. Totally changed. So I don't really think the ascension process could be stopped, but I do think it could be delayed. Because we still have a lot of people around, asking ridiculous questions. We have internet, we have a lot of information out there. All we have to do is discern and see what makes a lot of sense to us, what makes sense to us, and then and put the whole puzzle together. In today's world, we see a lot of people wasting their time on things that don't matter. Instead of looking into things, trying to see their past, where they came from. They don't really want to progress. They don't want to know their origins. And I've always wanted to know my origins, since I was a kid. I wanted to know who I was so I could do what I came here to do, But after so many years, I feel great now because I'm free, I could do what I came here to do, okay? And, it's just going to come a time where I know that it's getting to that point where I just don't, I could rarely relate to anybody. Rarely, like very few people I could relate to. Very few. And it's mostly people online, but when I go out there, I really don't have much of a problem. Because I know those people are on another level, okay? And I'm just totally not at their level. Okay? So before I was very bothered by that because I felt like I didn't fit in. You know what I mean? And I was always like, trying to seek some sort of way to fit in with these kind of people. But now I don't really want to fit in with these people. I have no desire to fit with society. I'm very happy and I know where I'm heading. and I know where the people that I'm supposed to be with are. So I hope that those of you that are lost, like I once was, you will understand that as you keep researching, as you keep understanding things, you will find your way eventually. Okay? So I hope you enjoyed this video, and namaste.